Hi, I'm Jimmy. Welcome to another episode of my Hitman Freelancer Let's Play. I am continuing my reign of terror as Jolly Saint Nick, starting a new campaign, and this time I'm heading to Hokkaido to dispense justice. We've just taken down the last syndicate. We're starting a new syndicate. For this one, I have chosen the kill target with a katana objective. It's convenient because I happen to know that I can pick up a katana in Hokkaido, so grabbing a key scrambler instead of a lockpick because there's not really a lot of locks in Hokkaido, but the key scrambler can be useful. And then I end up picking up a lockpick anyway, even though I don't really need it. I still have enough capacity to take a banana. But yeah, there's a couple places you can get the
have a good trip.
Technically a tanto, but it counts as a katana for the objective. If you start in the mountain start location, you spawn with one.
Welcome to
right
Hokkaido.
Next to you.
Intel tells us that there are syndicate members in the area. I trust that you can find them and eliminate them.
And there's another one in
But
Yuki
be careful.
Yamazaki's room.
They're on high alert. We don't want them to slip away. Godspeed, 47.
And that target there, I'll explain more later, but he is a real pain. Probably the most unfair target I think I've found so far. So anyway, decide to start. I'm gonna come up here and talk to the merchant, see what he has for sale. Have to wait for the other NPC to clear out. Merchants don't talk to you when there are other people around.
That's quite the offer.
So here I'm just taking a look at what he has, and I'm, planning to visit him on the way out. He has a tranquilizer. Oh, actually, no, I decided to get the tranquilizer. Yeah, that ends up being useful, so good call. I'm gonna go ahead and climb down.
Rich people. It's not like Mogadishu, that's for sure.
This is my usual way for infiltrating in Hokkaido, a way to infiltrate in my suit. Yeah, those guards had a very long conversation, so I decided to just slip into this room and sneak around them. Grab the neurochip implant. That still works. That lets you mind control one of the surgeons in the morgue, which can sometimes be useful. That's one of the fun things about Freelancers. If you know the level, most of the tricks you learn for the level still work. They've taken away a lot of the items. Like one thing that's frustrating is playing through on master difficulty. With the default loadout, I learned where a lot of crowbars and things were, and in Freelancer they've taken most of those away because if you can easily get a crowbar on any map, it sort of cancels out the sort of challenge of trying to acquire a lockpick and a crowbar. Makes those items that you purchase less special if you can just find them lying around. Again, I take out the guard. There's no penalty for eliminating guards in Freelancer, and if you get into a firefight later, it's one less person you have to worry about. And here I'm not worrying about bodies because this is a normal mission, so there's no risk of the targets escaping. Because they see a body. It's not going to happen. It's probably one of the main things that makes these normal missions a lot easier than the showdowns is you just don't have to be clean. You don't really need to be stealthy. Stealth always helps in Hitman, but if you screw up and break stealth, it's not a big problem. There I've got a Napoleon blown apart, which is just a convenient, non-suspicious explosive device. It's very handy if you find one of those in a crate. It can be an easy way to take out a target. So there, I've got the sort of optional objective to take out cameras. That's probably why I didn't take out the evidence box earlier, because I wanted the cameras to still be highlighted, so it would be easier for me to find them and take them out. Here, someone heard the bullet impact, so I'm gonna sort of mosey away from here so people don't find me. And for some reason the helicopter pilot can see through this disguise, which seems a little silly, but Yeah, I was wondering if it was the same on Freelancer, and it might be, but honestly, don't think I, in my master mode playthrough, I don't think I talked to or saw the helicopter pilot at all, so it might be a change for Freelancer, or it might just be a feature of master mode, I'm not sure.
Isn't it? A total ban?
I don't know. Patient did die. Famous one at that.
Still, it's not the chef's fault.
In that time, people panic immediately, they hear the bullet impact, but I just distance myself, and once I'm a safe distance away, I take a break and reload my pistol. Decide to hang out over here for a bit. Wait for things to calm down. And now that I've taken out 3 cameras, I can go ahead and destroy the surveillance recorder, which will disable all the rest of the cameras, and it will also complete another payout objective. So, doing pretty well as far as payout objectives for this
You're the
mission.
curator's research aide, right?
Let me guess. You want to know about the medical trial?
Oh, so it is true. The guys had a move.
I'm just going to wait for the other surgeon to have his back to me before
So how
I
does it work? Does
hop
it
out of cover and take this shot.
Sorry, you're just gonna have to wait for my research paper. I'm following the trial closely and with a little... What the?
And again, people hear the bullet impact. Feels very inconsistent when people hear the bullet impact versus when they don't. And I feel like I'm having worse luck than usual in terms of that. But so far I haven't been caught, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. Oh, and here I notice one of my targets goes down into this bathroom area. So I'm starting to get ideas.
Jason Portman. What was a kitchen apprentice?
Please come to the
Now that I've
hospital.
completed
A doctor
some of my optional payout objectives, I'm thinking about ways that I can
Mr. Jason Portman.
take out my targets.
A doctor will escort you to your appointment. Please proceed to the hospital entrance.
Oh, I think I realized the next thing I want to do is go ahead and get the katana. So I head over to Yuki Yamazaki's room. I believe Yuki Yamazaki is on this level in Freelancer, which is interesting because a lot of the targets from the main mission, they're often missing from the Freelancer maps. Notably in Berlin, all of the IC agents are missing, which actually makes that map a lot easier. It's probably the only map that's easier in Freelancer than it is in the base game. So yeah, take out these 2 guards so none of them see me stealing the Tonto. Although that wasn't a suspicious action, so maybe I didn't have to do that. Oops. Grab a firecracker. Pick up the pistol just to get the extra ammo for my silenced pistol. Don't really care about another unsilenced. Yeah, there's Yuki. Yuki Yamazaki is on the map in Freelancer. And she's an enforcer with this disguise, which is annoying because she wanders the whole map, so you have to watch out for her. It's also a quirk of this map in Freelancer is because she has the same behavior as in the base game.
Ooh, don't panic.
You can panic her and she will take the gondola out, and you can actually lose the gondola exit if she decides to take it out after she leaves with the gondola. You can't take it. So here I use the tranquilizer to knock out the courier and pick up the mercers. So there. That's 1 courier down. Oh, there's someone sees one of the bodies found. Oh yeah, those are that's Yuki Yamazaki, right? Finding 2 of her security guards shot dead. I want to go in here because there is a safe in this suite. This is I forget his name. I want to say Dexter, but I don't think that's it. It's the cowboy, the guy who wears a cowboy hat and tries to order whiskey tries to order bourbon specifically and complains when they offer him a Japanese whiskey, which is, of course, the ultimate entitled American thing to do. No, don't try out the very nice, very expensive Japanese whiskey. I insist on bourbon in, you know,
Holy
fucking
shit!
Hokkaido. Here, I'm just taking out these guards just to not have anyone looking at me while I try to crack this safe. That's definitely one difference with Freelancers. Definitely gets a lot bloodier than a normal Hitman playthrough. Just because there's, particularly with guards, there's no penalty for killing them, and even for civilians, there's a penalty for killing civilians, but it's very minimal. It's 50 mercers, which is not a lot compared to, like, for example, it's easily worth it to kill a courier to pick up 1,000 mercers if you're only losing 50 for killing them. So there, I hide bodies, and then I start scanning for clues to open the safe. Just the first clue. I'm searching around. I notice there's another clue under the chair out here. There's 2 clues. Just gotta find one more clue. And oh, I thought it was that card on the bed. Sometimes a clue will be hidden, it'll blend in with a like bed or something, but no, it's under the TV here. Find the last clue. And I knock out the cowboy so I can crack open the safe without him spotting me. And there, so far it feels like I've done everything except kill the targets, but so far everything's going well. I'm sort of tucking his body over here out of the way just so it doesn't get spotted in case someone opens the door to the room and looks inside. So yeah, now I need to move on. Now I think it's finally time to start taking out my targets. So I go and look at this target here, and this, yes, this is the target that is, of all the targets in Freelancer, this one feels like the most BS target. That booth he's in, the one with the guard in front, is actually a trespassing zone. Like, literally, the only disguise that's allowed, like, the restaurant is open to the public, of course. You can go to the restaurant in your suit. But if you want to go in that booth specifically, you need to be wearing this security guard disguise, and there is a guard in front of the booth who is an enforcer for this security guard disguise. So it's like, effectively, it's a very secure location. Like, you can't get in there with, you can only get in there with one disguise, and the door, as it were, is always guarded by an enforcer. But at the same time, you know, it's a secure location, but it's in the middle of a very public restaurant. So it's like, if you like try to shoot them from the outside, like everyone's gonna see you. It's like basically impossible. So here,
Hi.
decide if I clear out the security room here, this will be a great opportunity to take out this this target. So figure if I can lure people back here, start knocking them out, that'll make it easier for me. Use a banana. I like to throw a banana as a way to. There, I duck out, but oh, I forgot this guy, because it's Northern territory, the suspects are all enforcers to the bodyguard disguises, at least. So, nothing for it. Just gonna have to take out my suspect.
Syndicate member eliminated.
And
Done.
take out 2 of the guards. And duck into the closet here. And I hide for several minutes and wait for everything to blow over. And now it looks like they're starting to clean up the bodies. People are no longer suspicious of me, I can sneak back out again. So that was a bit of a fuck up, but looks like I got the job done, and no one who saw me lived to tell the tale. So I am still good to go for this mission. It's my first real mistake so far, but otherwise I'm doing well, and I've completed all my objectives. I still have one disguise, which hopefully will be the only disguise I need.
Yeah, I saw her at the spa earlier. Entourage.
And as I mentioned, I saw one of my targets come in here, so I decide I should start clearing out this bathroom.
I had
If I can do that, then
stay here.
it should be easy for me to take out my second target.
Muscle until you say so.
Here, I was hoping to get the security guard by himself. Unfortunately, that NPC chooses to walk over into this corner at the exact same time that the security guard
Anyone
is
there?
investigating my distraction, which is a bit of bad timing, but decide I can probably get away with it. Yeah. And I eliminate the security guard. Decide to eliminate him too. I don't want anyone who's a witness. I think I was trying to pick up the hammer there and accidentally triggered the fire alarm, but it does give me an idea for later. So I'm just sort of watching to see what happens. Decide to hide in here in case people come looking back here for me. They don't see me standing next to a couple of corpses. They wait around for a little bit until the alarm has stopped and people have calmed down. And I go back to my plan of clearing out the bathroom. Now, that's another thing that is tricky about Freelancer is the further you go, the more targets you have. So if you noticed from my earlier playthroughs, I was usually getting 1 or 2 targets, but once you're on your third syndicate, you're generally getting 3 or 4 targets per mission, and it's a lot harder. So I decided to start hiding these bodies. Which, one thing I don't think about. One of the downsides to hiding bodies in a crate is if you put 2 bodies in a crate, you can't hide in the crate anymore. So, just something to make a note of for later. Foreshadowing. I'm using instinct just to make sure no one's going to walk in on me while I'm dragging these bodies around. And there I see a woman, she's going to come down and use the bathroom, so I decide to wait for her so I can knock her out, and then this bathroom should be empty the next time my target comes through. And now the bathroom is cleared out, but all the body closets are full. So there's no longer this is no longer a safe place for me to hide. So I decided to come back up here. Here is the highly secure target.
How's it going?
And it's not him who goes in the bathroom, unfortunately. It's my other target. He has a kind of a long loop. Like, while I was doing all that, he had left the bathroom and hadn't come back, so... Anyway, eventually I notice, oh hey, I can easily shoot him with a seeker here. That'll make him go to a different bathroom, one that's much closer. And at this point, basically I realized all that setup work was for nothing. I should have just been following my target. Didn't need to knock all those people out to empty out the bathroom.
Whoa. Typical.
Well
Oh,
done.
there. That's two of my targets, but the last target, as I've mentioned, is very unfair. It's particularly unfair, I think, given that this game will give you prestige objectives like Silent Assassin. Like, if I had happened to choose Silent Assassin as my prestige objective for this level, I just would have been SOL. Like, it's very hard to get to eliminate this target in a Silent Assassin method. Here, I think, yeah, the best way to take him out is if you have a duck or a Napoleon blown apart, just get close enough, throw it into the suite. I'm pretty sure I could have made that throw, and that's not suspicious, and then you can pull the trigger and blow him up, and you can get away with it pretty easily that way. Here I decide to test what happens when I pull the firearm, and he does leave, and I think, oh, perfect, I can throw it from down here. I think that was my, yeah, that was my big idea. It's like, oh, I can throw Napoleon from down here. So I try to throw Napoleon. I thought it landed right next to him, but somehow that did not kill him. And now I'm like, oh crap. I sort of instinctively go back here because I've been using this as my hiding spot. But, the crate is full. So I can't really hide down here. If they start searching for me down here, I'm gonna be trapped. Which is not what you want to be. You always want to have... It's hard. On one hand, you want to be in a place where you can funnel, where you can control how the NPCs are going to approach you. So if they're only coming from one direction, you can sort of shoot them as they come at you. But on the other hand, you do want to have an escape route in case you get overwhelmed. And here, target comes close, I just take my opportunity to take him out. And unfortunately, the guards are on top of me very quickly. And here, I've just got to hope I can hold up in here and take out guards. I don't have a hiding spot. I don't have a crate to hide in. And the auto-aim is not helping me out today. Glad I picked up that extra pistol ammo earlier. Gonna need it. If I'm gonna shoot my way out of this, which is really my only option at this point. And there, it shoots the guy further back, and campaign has failed. Now that's the end for our Jolly Saint Nick.
It rather appears that you ran out of luck.
So yeah, thank you for watching.
Back to the drawing board, 47.
Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
That was a bold attempt, 47. Unfortunately, the Syndicate managed to go into hiding. Knowing you, I'm sure that you have new ideas in mind to make sure that they won't be so lucky next time.